Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM Brian, welcoming you once again to another episode of our Dragons Demand run-through. As always in the intro, I kind of like to digress a little bit and get you guys caught up on all kinds of cool things. I actually give a shout out in this episode to Adam Dillo, who wrote into the show, and was giving a shout out to David Radke for rolling the first hard 20 of episode 33. I want to remind everybody that it's really easy to get that D20. Just write into the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Give a shout out to the hard slinger that rolled it, and I will send you out a D20 and a sticker of the show and a gold doubloon as well, if we still have those in stock. I know we do because I just sent one of them out. Remember though, only one winner per show, so if you missed it on one of the past episodes, just look forward to future episodes. I still got the hard slingers rolling it. And by the way, if I roll a hard 20, the option still applies to you guys. So don't forget to get that in. Also, please don't forget to follow us over on YouTube at Roll the Hard 20. Leave us a comment. I'll give you a shout out on the show as well for all our new subscribers. I like to get that out there. If I've missed anybody, please write into the show. Don't forget to do that. And I will give you a post shout out. A post shout. I can't think of anything funny with that, so we're just going to let it go at that. Don't forget, head on over to any one of our podcast apps. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio. We're on Amazon and Audible now. So you can get caught up on all of our archives, as well as the current role play session of the AP of the Dragons Demand that we're running right now. Yes, right now. And I hope everybody's having a great time. Currently, we are in the works of starting a new AP in conjunction with the Dragon's Demand. As time goes on, I'll be giving more information on how you can listen to that AP before it drops for the rest of the world to listen to, even the Martians out there, because everything's sent out in the internet keeps going. Anyways, sorry, I'm digressing. Let's just warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 35 of our Dragon's Demand run through. Oh, Hunclay'S library. I guess that means I'm timed out. Yo, out of here.
Now that the party's arrived with Junior.
It has.
Hell yeah.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
How you guys
Hello.
doing? You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy. Junior, you got audio?
He's too busy scrapbooking right now.
He's on Pinterest.
Is he in now what side of that shower curtain is he on? Is he in the tub or the toilet side of that thing?
I'm on the toilet side. I
He's
told you,
facing,
man.
We hear a flush during the middle. It's all good.
He's facing the water, the water tank.
He's
I'm
like,
battling-
I'm
I'm
having
battling
issues,
this.
so I had to relocate my office.
I having a hard time logging into Hero Lab for some strange reason. It's not letting me.
I got in. I'm good. Sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem.
Like a credit card problem, maybe.
My
gotta
wife
say-
loves when I say that.
I think
I
that
listened to the
you're
the
better
last
have
episode.
canceled your Hero Lab. Oh, it's now the Zero Lab. We're not
Yeah.
paying.
Oh,
Zero Lab.
insufficient funds, son. No, I listened to the last episode. It sounds damn near professional, guys.
Damn
All the
near
audio
professional.
Almost.
Almost seems like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, right? I mean, holy shit, guys. You guys should do
Thanks,
a
right,
podcast
thanks.
on this at some point in your life.
Yeah.
You
You
know
should
what?
be recording this.
You know what's
It's like
funny is,
making a good meal. You have to have the right ingredients.
and we do.
Such an Italian thing of you to say. What a metaphor for an Italian guy.
Hey, forget about it, huh?
Hey,
7-course
fucking
meal.
guy.
You know, it's funny because I think the show's been going for like, what, 3.5 years, Junior?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been going for a while. We turned it into a business like, I think 3 months after we started. It's an actual business. So
LLC. As your general
No,
counsel,
private
I'm gonna
owner.
have to look over those.
Private
papers.
owner. I already have an attorney, and I have a tax guy.
Huh.
Junior, did you find your Hero Lab?
It's asking for provide credentials. I mean, I'm giving it the same credentials I give it every other fucking time.
Look at this guy. He just prints his shit out.
Yeah,
I got my Hero Lab mother.
You don't have
Yeah,
to
I
bleep
should've
that
printed it
out.
out.
We're good for that.
I did check my stuff in Hero Lab because there was stuff that I didn't notice, like the way my armor reacts with acrobatics and stuff. So it was good, and I have it if you want to QC me, DM. But
Oh, shit, no, I believe you.
That's a cool thing.
Why would
about
you lie
Hero
when we're
Lab.
having fun?
no,
Just like
I
every one
make
of
a
your-
very
Some
surprised
people
face.
have different views on what's fun and not. For instance,
I told my guys if you got to lie about an imaginary game we're playing, that's pretty sad.
Mhm.
And that just means your imagination isn't strong enough that you actually have to fabricate your fabrication. What does that mean?
Whoa.
Whoa,
Get lost in the
whoa.
matrix now here.
Boom, my head just exploded.
Are we ready?
is like
I don't have
Inception.
my thing up there. I don't know how to find
Put your
it.
dick print on it, man. Let's get this thing shaking.
I know. Try
Log
to.
out,
It's
log
not
in,
going.
play it on your phone. Hell, your phone's the size of a small tablet anyways, right?
I
Big
know.
like you.
It's
You still
I
wear it
was
on your
just
belt?
yeah.
Like a 40-something dad.
Yeah,
Like
that's
a
right, man. You're
Motorola.
getting up there too. As I was explaining to Chris and everybody else earlier, sorry guys, right now I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Dude, I just want you to get fucking hammer jobbed and us go back into the bar so we can talk with the bartender. That night was so much fucking fun.
Chris.
Yeah.
By any chance, on your screen, on your account, can you see my character sheet when I added it to your thing?
Let me look. Stand by.
Standing by.
Standing
This
by.
is actually Brian's birthday.
It is.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I'll go easy on you, David, because you're the first one to say something.
Right in.
The rest of you are fucking
Whatever.
dead.
Oh my god.
The
Whatever.
teacher loves me.
I texted him this morning.
You did.
I did my homework, teacher.
Eric emailed me at 3 a.m.
Did he?
Now, I don't know if that's my time or his time. Well, his time
Might
is
have been
actually
his
your
time.
time. So
Yeah.
that's midnight. So that's not too bad. But I mean, there's been times I've been up at like 5:15 and I'll see a text from him. So I'll message him back and he'll reply. Now that's 2
Holy
o'clock
shit.
in the morning, dude.
Just a really, really good robot.
Dude, what's
Yeah.
going on? And then he'll carry on as I'm on my way to work and everything else. I'm thinking, don't you have some place to be? And then I remember he doesn't. So
Nah. Even if he's throwing or stealing hobos, recyclables.
he's a security guard who works in Northern California, and he likes to roll up on the sleeping bums in his security truck with the high beams on and the radio loud, and just basically boot them out. Get out of here!
Grab your stuff
leave
and
your
go.
aluminum cans for me. I'm taking them.
Dude, we got stories on that guy.
Is that the dude that played the doctor in the Carrion Crown?
No, that's Eric Brown. He's another Eric.
Yeah, there.
Eric's a guy that Brian and I grew up with.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eric is a guy.
Hey,
He is a
uh,
man.
Junior, I can pull your character.
Okay. Is there any
Oh,
way you could
One or two hands, man.
I can't export. Export's only
Ah.
available in 2E on Hero Lab.
Of course it is.
of
Can you
course.
take a picture of it? Like a
I was gonna
screenshot?
say just old school
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I
picture
will.
and then
Screenshot.
Yeah, I will. Hold on.
Windows key Shift S.
So I'm wondering, should I keep all this in or not?
What about the bumps?
Look.
No, we're
Oh,
gonna
are you recording?
I am, but what I'll do is I'll cut all this shit out and I'll start it back in.
Do a bloopers reel. There you go.
We could. I
Yeah,
could put it
babe.
on the back end, but I need to know where to start it. So
Hold on.
Hey, that Sunday. So you said 11 your time. That's what time our time?
Who?
2?
Two.
2 o'clock our time.
Mhm.
What's the Friday thing?
The Friday thing, I just want to make sure because we're going to be using like Roll20.
Okay.
So I want to just make sure like everyone logs in and has like, I want to do like a super quick like mock fight.
Okay.
Just so you guys can like move
Yes.
tokens around,
Thank you, Chris.
Yep, you got
track hit points.
I
crap
can
like
send you
that.
my email too. I played Roll20 a lot, so as far
Yeah,
as the interface,
I'm a little less worried about you. It's more these old fogies here.
the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about the the guys who are either 52 or staring down 52.
We're just, you know what? We're like a fine wine. We go down smooth.
Oh, I'll ask my wife.
So many things I can say
Right.
to that.
And go down with that life alert.
That's going to be
Help
the
me.
Ooh, falling and he can't get up, son.
Help me.
that should be the new tagline for the show.
We
I'm
fallen
leaving
and we
part
can't
of
get
this
up.
in. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do this.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, welcoming you to episode 35 of our Dragons Demand run through. And with me, behind their individual virtual eyes of destiny, my hard slingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a little under the weather tonight, as you guys can tell. I'm feeling a little congested, but we are going to give it our all in our digital rage room. And as always, we're going to start this shit off with some more news, yo. I need to give a shout out to Adam Dillo. You, that's right. Thank you for writing into the show and telling me that Ratke was the first to roll the hard 20 of episode 33. I actually think it might have been Stabby because I listened to it today. I'll be sending you out your sticker, your D20, and your genuine gold doubloon that we use on the show. In fact, I just sent that out today. And today is, what's the date today? Oh, December 1st. I should know that. Also, a shout out to both Jason Parpart over on the YouTube channel and also Adam Dillo, our two newest YouTube subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Over on our Facebook page, we've got a lot of new faces who've joined in. In fact, I checked it this afternoon, and as of the past 5 days, we have 12 new individuals who have joined Roll the Hard 20. So if you haven't already joined our Facebook page, head on over to Roll the Hard 20 on our Facebook page. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel too. We'll give you a shout out because I want to give it to you, the shout out. And I think anything else we want to add to this, guys?
Happy holidays, everybody.
No, not that. Anyways, all right. Done with the business. Now down to the fun. Algebraic expressions and shit like that, right? Yeah.
Get my abacus.
You abacus. So,
Weren't
in
you the guy that
episode-
was just saying don't mess with him because he's old? Now you're talking about abacuses.
is it
Just
abaci?
saying. Yeah, abaci.
What's
Multiple.
below of abacus?
Murder of abacuses.
Copy that. So in episode 33 at the end, you found one of Hunclay'S servants, Mathesic, hiding in a barricaded room off the kitchen. Warren, who just disappeared, you managed to calm him, clean him with your hand, and get him to start talking. He told you how Hunclay went crazy over an individual named Barlow who welched on a deal. And then he which basically set the wizard off. And at that point, that's when Mathesic hid. Mathesic had also mentioned that two of the other servants, Linus and Saba, had left the manor during this irate portion of Hunclay's and set off in search of Hunclay's hidden cache, which seemed to be to the north of Belhaim. And that caught the ears of Stubby and Dempsey. And right now we are currently in the kitchen waiting for Warren to come back.
Trying to convince Dempsey for us to frickin' go and look for a treasure.
So
I guess my question is, where are you gonna go? North is a pretty big area.
and you can see that Mathesic is standing next to Warren and they're talking back and forth.
Stubby, we don't have much information on it.
Maybe we should.
I'm all for it, but we also have a job to do here.
Yeah. Do we have a timeline for this to be finished? I don't recall the Baroness telling we had to have it done by a certain date or time.
She said she wanted it handled, basically. Like, get in there, get this stuff handled, give it back to me so I could pass it on to Hunclay'S cousin, Sasha, who lives in another area. I think I mentioned what the town was. I don't
Handled's not a measurement of time.
Well, it depends. What was the urgency with which she said it to you?
I don't know. Perhaps we should.
Try telling that to anyone of nobility. Time is implied.
Now, Warren, Methesic is still standing in front of you after you have basically, questioned him about what he was doing and gave you all this information. But you could see he's kind of like antsy, hopping from foot to foot. You get the sense that he's really very uncomfortable. You know what? I need to take a moment really quick. I told everybody I would tell them what the Dark Tapestry was about. I know that you started filling it in last week, Ryan, but I wanted to run a few things about this really quick. I know it kind of breaks the momentum of this, but the Dark Tapestry is basically the darkness between the stars where inhabitants of Galarian believe true madness lies. There is speculation that a giant tentacled creature known as the Havero may originate from one of these far corners of the Dark Tapestry. And this is kind of cool. There are a few known texts that refer to the Dark Tapestry. One of these works is the occult lore entitled Unverified Madness. You should remember that, Junior. Carrion Crown, babe. Listen to book 1. Yeah, it's out there on our archives. Anyways, back to you, Warren.
I apologize. I had a brief power outage.
No problem.
Looking at Stabby says, essentially the Baroness has said handled and expedience is implied. I have a feeling if we do not have this resolved by tomorrow, she could become quite irate.
So Stevie gives Warren kind of a slightly irritated look, but quickly turns into a look of, all right, you're right. And then I look at Dempsey and just kind of put my hands up like, all right, whatever Warren says.
I think Mr. Magic's got a point. We got nowhere better to be. Let's finish this and then we can move on to that, right? And maybe we find more information and then we know what to do. We're just not blindly going north.
Look, I agree to all of you just talking amongst yourselves and all, but whatever you're going to do, leave me out of this. I'm not going to explore the manor. I'm not going to go any further into the manor. If you're done with me, I just leave at this point.
Before you go, might you be able to describe the other two servants? You mentioned their names before. What were they again?
Linus and Saba.
Linus and Saba. By any chance, do you know where they might have been before you enclosed yourself into this room?
Well, they were when Hunclay'S started. Forgive me. When the master started going crazy, throwing things about the house and whatnot. I know that he started sparkling magic from his fingertips, and at that point, they both headed towards the front door without delay. I myself decided to barricade myself in this room and wait out whatever was going on. I think the master's temper tantrum lasted for about maybe 5 minutes. Things got quiet, and then a short while later I heard this emanating boom echoing through the whole ground, and as I said before, I basically stayed here for several hours afraid to move and at least somebody detect that I was still in here. And I wasn't sure if that was possibly Linus and Saba that had received the brunt of his angst.
Were Linus or Saba any of them the same height as Hunclay?
Linus was probably about his height, little thinner, cause the master wore his robes all the time. It was very difficult to see his physique, but Linus was a very trim, nutritioned male, receding hairline, graying beard. Saba, she was probably somewhere in her mid-30s or whatnot, but she looked much older. She had few teeth.
Oh, you're familiar with Saba.
She knew how to party, that's all I'll say. Saba.
Dempsey's gonna kind of gesture behind him, and he just kind of points at the door with his thumb, and he's like, well, if those two left, who opened this door? You've been in that room. Any
That would
idea
be-
who else would be in this manor?
That was me. I thought I heard something else. Possibly the master had came back. I wasn't certain, and so I did come out and I took a peek, and I didn't see anybody. I started hearing some voices from the west wing of the manor, and I could have sworn I closed the door. I quickly returned to this room and gently closed the door and slid the credenza back in front of the door.
Dempsey kind of like pats him like almost too hard to the point that he like falls. I imagine he's kind of frail, and he's like, oh, a little bit stronger than you look, huh?
He looks frail, but he's really wiry, like
Wiry.
sinew, you know, where you get these thin guys that are like meth heads that can really move some bicycles fast.
Steal some copper wiring.
Yeah.
I know a few.
He knows how to rip some aluminum out of some houses, let me tell you.
You've been in
Also,
Florida too long.
adrenaline can.
I think I have.
And
All right.
can I?
What
It was
I'm not. Stebby's not quite sure about this guy. The way that he describes that he was coming back in, I'm a little suspect. Can I attempt a sense motive to see if he's being truthful or not about that it was him that left the door open and came back in?
Sure. Yeah, go right ahead.
It's a 19.
19. From everything you could tell, he seems completely truthful to what he's saying. There's no dissension coming from him at all.
Okay. So
Yes, we
Stebby looks around and he's like, "What are we doing, boys? We've got. It's clear that Warren wants to complete the job here. You know,
Do
I'd
you
like
not? Do you not want to be paid?
No, I want to be paid, but
Especially if you struck
just-
such a hard bargain.
no, it's just this futzing about is making me fidgety. I want to get done and out of here.
Very well. Warren will pick up his parchment and his pen, and will go into the previously barricaded room and continue taking inventory. Wasn't there a second door in here?
Not
Oh,
in
yes.
that room. Oh,
Or
I'm
not
sorry.
in the room, but in the kitchen?
in the kitchen, I think.
I think Stebby's kind of got Dempsey worked up, so he's gonna walk over and try that second door.
Okay. Tell me what you want to do with the door.
Just grab the handle and let it fly.
Door opens inwards,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see that within our opens on a 10 by 5 room with a deep cupboard which contains plates and cups. You see 4 closed cases about 2 feet wide and 1 feet long, about a depth of 6 inches or so, and they appear to be closed.
6 cases? Or
4
4 cases, you said?
4 cases that are 2 by 1 by 6 inches.
I mean, I guess pop one open. We'll see what it is.
And the first one you open, you see that there's a set of silverware in there.
Nice. And pop the next one.
Same thing, but a different kind of set.
Okay. I'll just keep going.
Any wands
all
of
4 of them.
healing in there?
All 4 of them open up, and they all have sets of silverware that are all different. They all have different ornate designs upon them. Some of them are more fancy, some of them are brushed, some of them are polished.
This stuff all seems really, really mundane so far.
Yeah.
Is Methesic still standing there?
He is. He wants to leave, but he's still uncertain if there will be any repercussions if he does leave. Almost as though he's waiting to be possibly dismissed.
Warren will pull out a gold coin if he notices he's there, like unsure of what to do, and we'll give it to him and say, "We still."
He starts
are
pulling his
tasked-
pants down. Whoa!
Whoa!
Sorry, my misunderstanding there. So
Just Hunk-like mannerisms.
What am I gonna do with you?
Starts twitching. No.
he takes your gold piece.
Go to the inn.
Is that a prison term?
Purchase yourself a room for the evening. We still have the task given to us by the Baroness that we will complete. And then afterwards, we will entreat her on your behalf to make sure that you are able to either find other gainful employment in the city or request that she assist you in perhaps moving to a nearby town if you would prefer not to remain here.
Roll a diplomacy check on that.
Roll a witness protection roll.
Yes.
Oh,
Or
nice.
relocate you.
That is a 26.
Brian, are you going to take into account on that diplomacy check what Methesic's attitude is towards us?
Yeah, in fact, I just rolled against his, but his is so high he didn't even stand a chance. He looks at you and he takes the gold piece. He says, "I'm yours to command, master. I'll wait for you at the Wise Piper Inn.
Excellent.
Thank you for treating me as well as you have. Might I offer a word of advice?"
Of course, your knowledge of this manor is much more than ours.
He leans in close so only you can hear him, and he says, "Do yourself a favor and stay away from the basement area. There's nothing but misfortune. Linus received a whip for going down there." And at that, he actually leaves. And and it's not a slow walk. He's like jamming to get the hell out of the manor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Guy's got money in his pocket. He's ready to roll.
Prison booze.
There you go.
So, while Warren's doing his inventory of these couple rooms, like, what do you two want to do?
Oh, Flint will actually like to pop into that same room, and he'll actually start helping appraise some of these things. So he'll look over the silverware and stuff that Dempsey found, and he'll appraise them. He'll take time to, jot it all down, kind of
Okay.
like following Warden's lead on what he's been doing.
As you take the time, take your 10 minutes to look at these different sets, you realize they're all worth 200 gold pieces each. there's
That's
four-
okay. Per set.
Per set, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say individually. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
We found 3 sets.
it's 6 sets, right? Or 6 or 3?
4.
4.
4.
2
Where'd
now.
you get that at, man?
I thought 6 boxes or something like that.
Little did we know that Dempsey is multi-classed into rogue.
No, that's just David. Dempsey's actually pretty honest. I do want to point out to Stubby, I don't know if he saw them, but you said there were boxes over by those cots on the east side of the kitchen, like behind that curtain. Aren't
Yeah,
there
there
like
was
locked
2
boxes
foot
or
chests.
something?
Yeah, 2 foot chests.
2 foot chests?
One at
Yep,
the
I came in. Did you see these?
I did. I've been waiting for us to kind of finish up with Methesic before I looked at these. I didn't want to distract us from dealing with Methesic, but I'm interested in those chests.
Are they something that like Warren has gotten to yet? That he is that I'm in the process of notating, inventorying.
Doesn't matter. The less you know, the better.
I'm
we didn't open
assuming
them,
that at
so
some
we don't know
point
what's in them.
Dempsey and Flint had told you what was in the in that cupboard, which is basically what the room next to where Mathesic was holed up in is basically just a storage cupboard.
Oh, okay.
So the only things left would be the 2-foot chests at the end of the cot. There was nothing of value where Mathesic was holed up, and the room still just stinks to high hell of piss and shit and overripe fruit and pruno, basically.
Yeah, well, as Warren's going through, is he's having judicious use of prestidigitation to like clean up as much as he can, but I know that only goes so far. Like there is a certain point where you just need like an effective scrub brush.
I think a gold piece will be more than happy to get a old Mathesic that scrub brush.
Right.
He's probably knee deep in a hot bath and a beautiful blonde right now.
Oh damn.
Knee deep, huh?
Knee deep in a
So while Warren is inventorying the rest of this room, I'd like to go over to the chest at the end of the cot
Okay.
and make an attempt at a trap or a search for traps.
Now tell me which one you're going to look at. There's two. One to the left and one to the right.
Let's do the one on the right.
Okay.
Right is right.
Perception check 22.
22. You don't seem to see any traps. You feel fairly confident that it's not trapped.
And what type of locking mechanism does it have on it, or does it even have one?
I think you'd be looking at disable device to pick the lock on that.
No, I'm asking, is there a lock? You're telling
yes, there's
me
a
now
lock.
there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
they both have locks on them.
Okay. So I will attempt the disable device on that first one. That is going to be a 16.
And you hear the lock disengage and snap open.
Okay. I'll open that right-sided chest.
You see inside 2 shirts, pair of pants, a pair of leather boots, and that's it.
So
Linus's stuff, probably.
Yeah.
I look back at Dempsey and I said, this is just like commoner clothes. Why would they have this locked?
They don't
Seems
trust
odd.
each other, I guess.
Can I move some stuff to the side, like, and see if there's like a false bottom on this chest?
Okay. Slide
What, another
across.
perception check?
Just make a perception check on that.
That's 16.
16. You notice that there is a false panel in the base of it.
Fucking rogue. Sneaky.
Okay. I'll move that. I'm going to
see
move
a-
that panel.
You see a gold bracelet in there and 2 bead necklaces. The bead necklaces are probably completely worthless. The gold necklace is worth 10 gold pieces.
It's a necklace.
You sure it's a necklace?
Are you just like palming this stuff, or
Are you?
Because nobody's
showing
looking
the,
at you.
Are you showing the other people what you're finding?
No, they're all to my back.
Okay,
I'm not
make
looking.
A,
I'm over there doing jumping jacks.
Make your sleight of hand if you want to do that.
Yep. So I'm
You
going
may want
to
to make a perception check to see if.
I mean,
You see
Warren
this?
is in the process of looking around, so while he may not specifically be trying to keep an eye on Stabby, and he's looking for essentially anything that would fit the
Warren's
reason we're
in the
here.
other room. Warren's in the other room.
I thought those were at the foot of the cot where
No, they're on the other side of the curtain that divided the room.
never mind then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave me to my theft, okay?
You should have just seductively closed the curtain.
Ooh.
Like, I just gotta take a quick nap.
All right, sleight of hand.
If nobody else is in that room, you really don't need to.
Okay, I'm the only one there, so I'm gonna slip that gold necklace into
Because
my.
I think Dempsey and Flint are in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So
I'm like in between there and in between the kitchen, just kind of whatever.
taking your inventory, because as you're doing that, he's doing
I'm like drawing in a coloring book. I'm taking my
Tag
own
along.
records.
So I'm gonna take that gold necklace. I'm gonna slip it in, behind my armor, for now. But I'm gonna replace the false bottom and then put the clothes and the boots back in the position that they were.
Okay.
I'm gonna close that chest and then I'm gonna attempt to re-lock it.
Yeah, it's just a simple snip, like a D-ring lock.
Okay, so I lock that chest, and I'm gonna turn my attention to the one on the left now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a perception check for traps first. That's a 25.
No traps detected.
Okay, and then I'm going to attempt to pick said lock. Oops. I'm going to disable device that. And that is going to be a 25.
25. You hear that one let loose too.
Okay. I open up the chest.
You see an apron, 2 pairs of lederhosen,
Yeah.
yeah, and what appears to be some kind of a bonnet.
Okay. I'm going to do the same thing and attempt to identify if there's a false bottom.
There is on that one as well.
Okay. And I'll peel that back and see if I can determine what's under there.
You see a vial of a light blue liquid that's corked and sealed in wax, and you see a ring that's just a silver ring.
Mm.
I will take both. And then I'll do the same thing, put everything back to where it was. So it looks undisturbed, close it, and then lock the chest.
And again, everybody else is still in the other rooms, basically finishing off. And at some point, you guys will reconvene with one another.
Is there anything else in that kind of behind that curtain other than the chest, or just
No,
the cot?
just the 2 cots with the 2 chests. That's it.
Okay. So Stebby comes out from behind the curtain and just kind of stretches like he's bored, waiting for Warren to finish up his clerical duties here, and says, "What, Warren, are we almost done in here?"
Yeah. I think we can go there. Flint, did I see you taking note of the other stuff?
Yes. And then he'll enter, I guess it would be like the main kitchen
rage.
area. Rage 1. He'll enter the kitchen where I guess everyone's kind of meeting up. Everything's accounted for in this room.
Okay.
Did you guys find anything else of mentioning?
No. By the way, Brian, as I haven't mentioned it like today yet, but as
rhythm.
Warren's going through, as Warren's going through, he is. I am using detect magic pretty much everywhere, just seeing what else there is. I know the walls are gonna light up. That's fine, but seeing if there's any specific items that might.
Yeah, just keep me up to date on that as you go through room to room, because I'll probably forget if there's anything going on with that.
Okay.
But as I mentioned before, other than the perimeter of the manor itself, which has got a soft glow to it, there's nothing else that's striking you as being an aggressive or an oppressive type of a arcane spell or device.
Mm-hmm.
Is that faint glow only visible to Warren?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't suppose there's any kind of water in the kitchen.
You could
is
know
there?
this too, if only you spoke Jovitos. Hatana Matusa! Tomata!
What are you saying there, huevitos?
Nope. Robitussin's kicking in.
No, man, that's Raiders of the Lost Ark. No?
Dr. Jones.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gosh.
That would be Temple
Mhm.
of Doom, though, wouldn't it?
Nope. Raiders of the Lost
Dr.
Ark.
Jones.
Oh.
Well, his would be No Time for Love,
Oh.
Dr. Jones.
Short round.
That was Belloc holding up the idol.
Well, yeah, where he got it burned into his hand.
No, man, the golden head idol. Belloc, the French dude.
All right, I think we're going to have a movie night.
When he's like, too bad the Jovitos don't know you the way I know you, Belloc. He's like, Yes, perhaps you could warn them. If only you spoke Ovitos. And he holds it up. Hotana matusa, tomata. He's all. Then Jones gets up and runs. He's all. And they chase after him as he's running towards the plane.
I remember the scene. I just don't remember the language you're speaking.
It's Ovitos, man.
And so you must have watched that with the captions
Obviously,
on.
get with the program.
Dude, I watched that I don't know how many times as a young dude.
I'm sure you've been popping the Robitussin with the straw again, huh?
I'm doing Robitussin shots tonight, man. Leave me alone. And I'm chasing it with voodoo chasers. Yeah.
Stebby is
You
gonna
make me proud.
so Stebby's gonna kind of make his way back towards.
Only I would make you mad.
Stebby's gonna make his way back towards the main room where the birds are dead, and just kind of go stand over by the door,
Okay.
lean up against the wall, and
Which door?
The northeast. That leaves that, or the northwest where it leaves that area.
Not the front door?
No. I'm just gonna leave the kitchen area and kind of lean up closer to that door and just fold my arms, like waiting impatiently for this room to get inventoried.
Do you guys want to go up or down?
Oh, let's go up. Just get that out of the way because that's probably more limited. Who knows how long we'll spend in the basement.
I yell over to Warren again. I said, "Are you done in here, Warren? Are you done?
Yes, we are. And
Let's-
we are leaving.
Let's go."
All right. I'll take the lead again. I'll start walking up the stairs.
Who's following?
I'll take second position.
Third?
I'll take third.
Who?
All right, that
Was that you,
leaves
Warren?
me. That was
The
Warren
caboose.
Yeah, bringing up the caboose.
Choo choo.
So you go up
That-
this.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go up this spiral staircase. Excuse me. About 15 feet up. And it delivers you onto a lusciously furnished library that's 30 feet wide by 60 feet long from north to south, with the same half-circle curvature in the north as the grand hall below. You see there are 3 tall wooden bookcases, each 25 feet long, that are running north to south in the middle of the room, down the center. And in the northeast corner, just before the room begins its curvature, sits another bookcase made of iron.
Is there anything in the room that is immediately popping up as magic to Warren?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Aside
I
from-
did not finish describing the rest of the room.
Oh, sorry.
My bad. No, it's. I forgot to turn the page. You also see a stuffed grizzly bear that towers in the northwest corner, its claws and fangs bared aggressively. The east wall features 16 paintings of various planets in gold-plated frames. You see there's a wooden door in the east wall, a wooden door in the west wall, with a ladder right beside it that leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling.
Oh.
Warren, as you're looking around, you hear this voice in your head. Only you can hear this voice. Bernheim, this is what we seek. This is what I have taught you and prepared you for. Do not fail me as you have done before. It's almost like a tickle in the back of your brain.
Dad?
And make a con save.
Oh, okay. This is going to end real well. My saving throws are... There they are. I'm assuming you mean fortitude save.
Yes, sorry. Make a fortitude save.
That's a 5.
You take 2 points of wisdom damage as this,
All right.
and I'll need you to make a save again to have that go away.
Oh, okay.
Wait till everybody goes through their round of whatever they're going to do, then make it again.
Okay. You guys actually would probably like see Warren like look around for a moment and then like his head just kind of like just sort of like twitches. You see like one of his eyes kind of like roll up to the side for just a moment.
Like you just gave us your O face.
He's really liking this library.
So are you all on deck, or are you guys still like spiraling up the staircase at this point?
I think we would probably all be in the library.
Because I kind of described it as Warren would be peeking, like starting to come through the turnabout and actually see the room before him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do we notice that Warren's having a seizure?
probably the only person that would be Flint, who was bringing up the rear. He'd probably smell the seizure before he would see it.
Someone smelled burnt toast.
Like a service dog.
I'm sorry, that was breakfast.
Can I make a perception on Warren as
Go
Flint
right ahead.
enters the library?
Yeah, go right ahead.
That is going to be 22.
While you don't see his eyes kind of get a little wide, you do see him white knuckle the railing for like a half a second, but it's enough for you to just to detect his slight pause.
As I'm entering and getting closer to Warren, I'm gonna kind of put my hand on his shoulder and be like,
As you're entering and getting closer to Warren,
well, entering the room that we're in and getting closer to where Warren's at, I'm gonna rest my hand on him. Are you feeling all right?
Huh? Oh,
You tell me.
sure. Just fine.
and make your fortitude save again as he's asking you this.
Fortitude or wisdom? You said wisdom originally.
It's fortitude. I said con before, but it's for
And
fortitude.
it affects his. Yeah,
I'm sorry, wisdom. Yeah,
Or
but
he took
it's the
wisdom
fortitude's
damage.
tied to the wisdom.
Got it.
A little better. That's an 11.
11, you're still feeling the effects of it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Warren's not having his quote unquote seizure again, but you guys will probably Flint if he's, as he initially noticed it, probably notice Warren seems a little bit like, you see him like looking around, but he doesn't seem to be taking things in quite as fast as he might normally.
Flint actually wants to try two things. He's gonna tell Warren, you should try maybe getting some bread and some water in you. You might be running low on your blood sugar of some kind. But he
And
wants
the second
to,
thing he's going to try.
second thing he's gonna try, he wants to actually kind of, it's called aura, but I believe it's kind of like detect evil. Since my deity aligns with being good, I think I could sense some kind of evil or an aura of an evil presence or a negative energy type.
Now, as you cast that, is it benign? Like you basically know?
It's, let me pull it up again.
Like you don't have to make a roll for that, do you?
I don't think I have to make a roll, but it definitely increases better with the more time I focus it. It's like Warren's detect magic.
Then I'm going to let Warren describe if you detect anything at all.
So as you are looking at Warren, at first you don't really notice anything, but if you spend more than a round using that ability looking at him, what you will notice is at first you think it's almost like a shadow at the way like light is hitting him. It's just moving a little bit, not quite how it should. Particularly around like the back of his head or like behind his ears or something like that. And then if you pay a little bit more attention to it, the shadow takes on like a slightly different cast, and you'll notice that it's moving very subtly on its own, almost like almost like a very small flame might very slowly like waver back and forth.
You a hologram, dog?
It's
Is there a
Tupac.
comma in there? Is that a hologram dog or a hologram comma dog?
Comma.
Watch your comma.
Insert comma.
Comma, chameleon.
Is there a chair we could try to get him into while Flint's
I don't
doing
even know
detect-
if like Stabby or Dempsey have noticed anything. If I'm able to, Brian, I would like to take one more attempt to try to shake us off.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, there we go. That's an 18.
18. You begin to feel the effects of the words that were spoken in your head ebb away. You're able to, it almost feels as though like this oppressing cloud has left you, leaving you more space to breathe in. You start feeling all your faculties return to you once again.
Mm-hmm.
Stubby, you and Dempsey originally came to the floor first. What are you two doing?
I imagine like looking at the painting, like, oh, this guy looks like my uncle.
And there's a lot of paintings. I think I said there were 16 of these things along the which wall was it? I don't remember.
I mean, I would mostly just want to do a 360 of the room and look around and just, I mean, we could kind of stay together just in case there's another pit or whatever. What do you want to do?
I'll stay close to Dempsey, but roughly how many books are in this room?
Well, if you look at the three main cabinets, there's probably, I'm going to say probably about 200 books on those three cabinets. But the one iron bookcase that you see that it's in the northeast corner. There are only 16 books in this one. But it has doors that are closed. So you could see through the iron doors, but you can't actually touch them.
Is there a lock on the iron doors?
Where are you at to detect that? Are you actually going up to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
There is a lock on it.
Okay.
I'll walk over there too.
I'm gonna see if I can detect a trap.
Okay. Go ahead and make
So-
your perception check.
24.
There appears to be a some kind of a trap on the lock itself.
So I turn around and look at Dempsey and say, "Hey, there's a trap on this one."
What you're gonna say? Can you try opening this?
Yeah, it's my first.
Send him in.
Dempsey, there's a trap on this one. There's something important in this bookcase.
Must be something good, huh?
Yeah, somebody must.
Special books.
Yeah, perhaps. I think so. If they're under lock and key, I'm gonna attempt a disable device, and that is gonna roll as a 10.
You think you disabled it?
Oh God.
Yes. So do I have a?
You don't hear a click though, but you think. You
Okay,
might
so I have a
disabled
sense at least that I didn't quite disable or unlock this,
Or sense
kind of
that
the
you
trap.
did.
it. You don't think you unlocked it?
Is there a way to set it off without using your regular hand?
No, but I can attempt another disable device. I'm just looking to see. I'm looking to see if what my penalty is to trying it a second time.
I think every
Well,
time
Stubbies-
it drops down by 2.
What drops down?
The
by-
attempt.
Okay, I'm going to attempt it again.
Okay.
That's 22.
22. You hear the spring of the needle disengage, and you hear the lock disengage itself.
Okay. Dempsey, I think I got it this time.
What were you gonna say, Junior?
Flint also has possession of 3 keys: an iron key, a copper key, and a very tiny key that we took from the bird's leg. I wanted to remind Stabby that we also have those as well.
Now you tell me.
Well, you were so concentrated. You're so cute when you try.
It's all squinty and shit.
It's all about the success. You get that serotonin boost when you succeed.
That's right.
You look like you
I didn't
ate
wanna-
raisins this morning.
I don't want to rob you from that.
So Stebby is gonna. He believes that he has opened, and he grabs the 2 doors and kind of closes his eyes and
Oh god.
kind of turns his head to the side and tries to swing open the doors of that bookcase.
They do open. And you see there, like I said, there's 16 books, 8 per shelf.
8 per shelf. How many shelves? 2 shelves.
Jesus criminy. Holy shit. This is
We're
your
doing
public
math
schools right there. Holy shit.
Easy. I caught myself.
I question your disabled device roll at this point.
Hey, I figured it out. Just stop. Little lapse in judgment. Calm down. So 2 shelves, 8 books. Are they in any particular, like, are they all in the center of the shelf?
Dewey Decimal, man.
Dewey Decimal System.
This is decimal, not decibel.
Oh,
We're not yelling
Decibel's
out
the
loud,
sound.
Dewey.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Where's Dewey?
Dewey, come over here. Decibel 3.
So I'd like to look at kind of look over the books, the bindings, and see if are there any words or anything scribed on the bindings of the books?
Stuff you probably wouldn't make any sense to you.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that you're probably not going to know. One of the books says, Book of Extended Summoning, Flesh Golem Manual of War.
Well, first off, are
Dusk-
they even in common?
They're in silver. The other ones are more of a different, like Osirian, because you could tell by a hieroglyphic type of a binding.
Mm-hmm.
Other ones are almost as though scratched with fingernails and whatnot. But outside of that, you're probably going to have a difficult time determining what the other ones are.
I call Warren over. I turn back and yell to Warren.
At that point, Warren's probably throwing off the effect of whatever is going on. You see him like kind of shake his head like he's trying to like shake off like a daydream or something, and says, "Oh, yeah, oh." I would be very careful getting into any of the books here. Please keep in mind that Hunclay is a experienced practitioner.
Warren, this iron bookshelf was locked. I disabled a trap and unlocked it. There's something special about this bookcase.
And as he's telling you that,
mhm.
Dempsey, what are you doing through this as
So-
you're watching this exchange of the
I imagine that the bear
brain trust
just
right
kind
now.
of like
I was
reaching
so
into the
just
room.
like I was
What?
so just thinking like Dempsey's probably like pulling down like the bear's jaws, like looking in, like anyone home?
I think like if his arms are out, it's like gonna be that Bruce Lee thing where he does like the training dummy.
Oh,
and
the
he's
Wing
just
Chun
like
dummy.
left, right,
Yeah.
left, right, left, right. Yeah.
Flint, what are you doing as you're seeing this exchange?
Flint's allowing Warren and Stabby to continue on. He's actually interested in the pictures that are along the walls.
Okay.
Again, do you want me to make a perception to see if there's any relationship in the other rooms? See if there's a pattern here other than, because each room we go into is something different.
I'm not going
First
to
one
have you
was-
make a roll for that. I'm just going to let you know that they all have different planets in the different paintings. Some of them are just completely black, And I'm not talking about like, like stars and stuff, but just completely black, like a black painted canvas. Other ones have like a few constellations in there with a half a planet. Very similar to the ones downstairs, only these seem to be more esoteric than the ones that were downstairs. It's almost like you moved up a level, so you see a little bit more.
Okay. Is any of these look like they are starting to piece together to maybe something bigger, or Hunclay was just a weird collector of whatever art he wanted to?
Well, from what you can remember, what Mathesic said, he was like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Obsessed with the dark tapestry. Okay. Which, when Warren had his knowledge of the dark tapestry, basically revealed that it's the space between the stars, where they believe that this void holds power and energy, most likely not contained by mortal pedestrians, but it's always strived for by the most highest of arcane practitioners, to try to contain this energy and use it for themselves.
Okay. And final question.
You want
all these paintings, do they look like they're all made by a similar artist or different styles? I know that's a deep one. I mean, you could just...
I'm trying to see what you would have to... They don't have a knowledge painting on here.
No, honestly, it would probably just be a simple appraise roll.
Hey.
Is it the same brush strokes and all the different
do an appraise roll.
Something like that, yeah.
Do you have any skill points in that appraise?
Appraise? Yes, I do. Well, it shows up on my thing, but if I didn't have any points invested in it, I don't think it would have showed up.
I think it would show up.
No, it'll show up. The question is the bonus equal to your intelligence bonus? I think appraise is...
Yes, it is equal to my intelligence.
Okay, so you don't actually have any ranks in it.
Oh.
You wouldn't be able to tell then.
Okay.
No, see, it was simple.
Well, damn.
Sorry.
So Warren, you see Dempsey over there ghost fighting the stuffed bear. You see Flint, taking a measure of the paintings. You are now standing in front of this bookcase with Stubby, looking at several of these tomes.
First off, I've definitely still got detect magic up, even though I'm probably going to my eyes are going to hate me here in a moment. I'm assuming that multiple books in the library and probably all the books in the iron bookcase are showing up as actually magic.
The ones in the iron bookcase are a few sporadic ones on the other shelves. Occasionally light off. They're much dimmer. I don't know if there's an intensity to the hue that you see that, but they don't appear as potent as the ones that are under lock and key.
Understandable. Taking stock of the books that are in the iron bookcase, obviously a spellcaster's library is a reflection of what their interest in the arcane might be. Based on this, we obviously know that Hunclay'S got at least more than passing interest in the dark tapestry and the void between the stars. What other type of magic did it look like he was focused on, based on his choice of literature?
If you could do, take an all-encompassing guess based on, this book, this book, this book, and this book, what would they all kind of have in common? You would say that they all correspond to summoning.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to bring something into the into the material plane.
So does it seem to be more summoning a specific creature? For instance, is it summoning not saying in this case, but is it specifically summoning a demon to have as your servant, or is it summoning an entity or like a power source or something a little bit more esoteric than that?
Well, like just as you're scanning the books, you can see written in common, Flesh Golem Manual, Manual of War, Book of Extended Summoning. And those books that are written in English, or common, I should say, I'll kind of give you an idea of, it looks like the creation and summoning of something. So maybe something's being brought in. And as you're scanning, you hear that voice in the back of your brain say again, 5th book, 2nd row. And as your eyes scan down to the 2nd row, you see the 5th book. It looks like the binding is blank, but as you scan from the top to the bottom, you see letters appear, and then as you go to the next letter, the top letter disappears, and it continues that way. And it takes you 2 passes, 3 passes, for eventually you make out that there are letters on the binding, and that these letters form words. And it says, Astral Shift of Realm.
Just off the top of Warren's head, what is that book likely to contain within it?
Erotica. Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Make a knowledge arcana.
Not great. 15?
15. You know it has something to do with bringing something from the astral realm into the material realm,
Okay.
but that's really all you know.
Okay. In kind of under his breath, probably to sound like might be like just cursing at something or whatever, Warren says, in Ignan, the language of fire elementals, he says, in due time.
You have made me wait so long.
And
Centuries.
continuing muttering, he says, and you have waited that long because you trapped me. Wait a little longer. And Warren will start.
Do not fail me, or I'll put you in the ring forever.
And then you will never get your book.
I will think about that.
MC's like, bless you.
He's over there talking like,
He's really getting his epilepsy going, guys.
And Warren will just say to the others, these books are potentially very dangerous. I'm just going to take inventory of them, and we're going to close this bookcase for the time being. Stabby, I would appreciate it if you would make sure that the cabinet is relocked once we're done.
You done now?
Yeah, Warren will.
You done now?
Warren will just take like a minute, document the books that are in there and put like estimated value, which is probably approaching priceless.
The price of your soul.
Right.
So Stabby looks back at Warren and says, Are you gonna inventory like all 200 of these books?
No. I'm inventorying these books.
No, the other ones. We have other items to inventory. Are you going to inventory all 200 of these books?
No, I am not. I will briefly go through them. If there is anything of note, I will make specific reference to those. And otherwise, everything is getting cataloged as another, 183 books or however many there are left.
Okay, because I'm getting awfully bored just following you around inventorying stuff. So let's step it up.
Warren hands the paper and the pen down to Stabby. You're welcome to take this on if you wish.
No, you.
Time to lean, time to clean, buddy. Get to it.
Stretch your feet, lose your seat.
Yeah.
I kind of dismiss Warren and his attempt to hand me the paper and the pen. I turn my back and I go to lock the iron chest.
Maybe there's somewhere else for the keys. I think Flint had a good idea with the keys. Can we look around and see if there's something else that would fit that?
Well, like I said, there's two doors. One in the west wall, one in the east wall, and there's a ladder that leads up to a trap door above you.
And just because I've seen a lot of movies, can I try the bare arms? Are there any like secret passages?
Like
I can
try them
activate?
on or what?
Yeah, just rip them off, throw them at somebody.
Haven't you heard about the right to bear arms?
Oh,
in the
Jesus.
Constitution.
Don't make me end this session on that. Holy shit.
I mean, like nothing pulls
I'll
down.
turn the
and,
session
like,
around, I
things
swear.
Right
around
here.
fireplace.
Anyways.
So you want to
Definitely.
move the bare arms?
Yeah, I mean, is there anything like that? Like,
They're pretty
check the
stationary.
crotch?
Yeah, they're pretty stationary.
Okay.
Whoever
Nothing.
did the taxidermy on this, made them so they wouldn't sag down in the warm months.
Someone knew their business.
Their
Warren will
trade.
just turn to the others and say, "Look, if you want to check out the other rooms, at least make sure that they're safe and nothing untoward is in them. Please do. I need probably another at least 10 minutes in here."
Yeah, this seems like easy money, so we'll just keep looking through the rooms, just clearing them out like the SWAT team.
All right, Stebby. Which door do you want to go? Door to the left, door to the right.
Or
Which one smells like treasure?
Or there's the ladder.
Speaking his language.
Or the ladder?
Right is right.
Yeah, your choice.
Right.
So we're going to the east,
to the east?
Yep. To the east.
Okay.
to the west.
And east is the door we will open next session.
Quick.
Waiting for treasure.
I want to kill somebody. I want
Treasure's gonna.
You got 3 people standing right beside you.
But I like these guys.
All right.
They haven't pissed you off yet. Holy